Shortly after 9 o'clock tonight in the area of 43rd and Ashland, two civilian dressed plainclothes officers working with the tactical unit in the 9th District were conducting a follow-up investigation, which time one, possibly two vehicles pulled alongside them and started firing indiscriminately at the officers. One officer was hit in the back, the second officer was hit in the arm and the hip. Both officers were brought to Stroger Hospital for treatment, where they are doing quite well, thank God. They were able to return fire. Right now, there's an extensive manhunt underway for the individuals responsible, and we will get them. The families are here. They're doing quite well right now. We have recovered weapons that may have been, multiple weapons that may have been involved, and also a vehicle that may have been involved. Now I'm going to call Alderman Thompson up.
Thank you, Superintendent. We're here today to praying for the families, for the two officers and their families, for recovery, and also to pray for the safety of all the officers that are out there continuing this investigation. I want to thank my colleague, Matt O'Shea, for coming here, as well as Ray Lopez. This act of senseless gun violence again shows that we need to do something. Springfield, we need to pass sensible gun legislation to stop this insanity. It happened here now to two police officers. It happens in our streets way too often. So I'm asking that we do something down in Springfield to curb this gun violence, to help the police officers, to help them do their jobs. Now I'll turn it over to my colleague, Ray Lopez.
Good evening. I'm Alderman Raymond Lopez, Chicago's 15th Ward. We're here tonight, first off, to be thankful that the heroes of the 9th District are alive and well. The continuation of the gang and gun violence that we've seen is now hitting home in ways that is impacting all of us that it shouldn't be. We've seen it impact our families, we've seen it impact our children, and now it's impacting our police department. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable that we have a city that has done absolutely everything it can do to try and protect its citizens, with no help from the state, with a state that would rather play politics rather than do common sense laws that keeps guns out of the hands of repeat offenders. I am willing to stake my reputation today on the fact that the individuals who perpetrated this act against our police and probably repeat gun offenders. That is ridiculous. But yet the state does nothing. The federal government does nothing. We had laws that kept weapons out of criminals' hands. We had laws that kept weapons of war out of civilian hands. And yet everyone stands by and does nothing while more and more blood is shed on our streets. How much more is required? When will we as a city, as a society, and as a nation stand up and say enough? We must protect our police. We must protect our families. We must protect our children. Anything short of that is unacceptable, unexcusable, and unreconcilable to what we intend to leave to the generations of tomorrow. I'm so very thankful. Brave men and women of the 9th District, these two officers in particular, were willing to put their lives on the line to defend my communities, our communities. But at what point are we willing to stand up and say we're willing to protect them and everyone else with common sense laws that can make every community safer? We should not be here at 11 o'clock at night thanking the Lord above that these officers survived. It is incomprehensible that this continues in our city, in our state, in our country. And for everyone that hears my voice, it is your duty to stand up and say we demand better for every neighborhood in this city. From Bridgeport to back of the yards to Mount Greenwood to Rogers Park, every aspect, every corner of this city deserves better. and we will continue with my colleagues here and those that will be there tomorrow to stand up to protect our citizens along with our police, along with our community residents and community partners, because that is what is required now. Thank you.
Superintendent Johnson.
With that, I would like to introduce the President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Kevin Graham.
I spoke with both of the officers, some of their family. Our thoughts and prayers are with them tonight. We will be keeping prayers with them as we go through this one.
Superintendent Johnson, yeah, you mentioned, and if you could elaborate, please. So, go through again what happened. The officers were stopped and someone fired indiscriminately at them?
Yes, so the officers were conducting a follow-up investigation to a previous incident when two cars pulled alongside them and began firing indiscriminately at them. The officers were able to return fire, and like I said, one was hitting the back, one was hitting the arm and the hip, but it's just another example of how dangerous this job is. And I think people take it for granted that when police officers come to work every day, they put their lives on the line. Every single day they get in that car to protect the citizens of this city. You know, so we're thankful that they'll both appear to be okay at this point, but we have to do something about this gun violence.
So they were they were targeted just out of the blue. Someone drove up and fired at the officers. This wasn't crossfire. No. This is at the officers.
They were firing at the officers, but it's still early in the investigation, so the weeds of it, we just don't know.
Superintendent, were these officers, there's been a lot of rifles shootings in that part of the city over the last year. Were these officers, were they wounded by rifle fire, and the weapons that were recovered, were those in fact rifles?
That's not confirmed yet. We don't know. So we'll have to get back to you.
How old are the officers?
News Affairs have to follow up.
Is any idea at this point the types of weapons that were used?
No, not at this point.
A source had mentioned.
Anything you can provide, any descriptions of vehicles or?
Not at this time.
How is the search for the offenders going at this point?
We have some promising leads. We have a few people, as a matter of fact, a few persons of interest that we're talking to right now. So we'll see where that leads us. And make no mistake about it, we're going to catch them. We are going to get these individuals responsible. Because listen, if they will fire at police officers like that, then they have no thought process in terms of firing at other citizens of this great city. So we are going to get them.
So you said 2 people are being questioned right now?
A few people.
I was told 3. Can you confirm 3?
A few people.
You don't elaborate on the initial incident they were investigating and following up on at the time?
Say again?
Can you elaborate on the incident they were following up on at the time the shooting occurred, what that was?
No, I'm not sure.
But they're doing, I mean, they're speaking, they're
yeah, they're both officers are in great spirits. It's like the FOP president said, we spoke to the officers and their families. So both of them are in really good spirits, and we're just praying for a speedy recovery for both of them.
And I know the mayor was here, we saw him.
Yes, the mayor was here and also spoke to the families as well as the officers, and we appreciate his support coming out to the hospital.
Superintendent, can you tell us how long they've been with?
I'm not sure. News Affairs have to get that information to you.
All right, guys. Thanks, Superintendent.
Thank you very much.